Hello, dear friends. After the interview with a reptilian, we decided to talk to the representative of the so-called Grey Aliens. This is the civilization of the planet Tashikk. They closely cooperate with Salbut reptilians in studying and researching our sector of the galaxy. And today, we are talking to the Tashikk representative called Ari Shen Puros, or simply Ari. On his planet, he works as a biotechnologist and ecologist. And since 1995, with the permission of the Interstellar Union, he has been studying human contactees of our planet. I welcome everyone. My name is Maxim. As always, I'm your host for today. And today I will be asking questions. Ari, I welcome you here. I'm glad to meet you too, Maxim. Ari, please tell us what you look like. My height is 1 meter 32 centimeters, approximately 4 foot 4. My body type is ectomorph, thin and tall. We have rather flexible and thin bodies, especially the limbs, and due to the light weight, we can withstand strong gravities. Our planet is larger than yours, with much stronger gravity. And commonly, our bodies weigh less than 40 kilograms. And my head is pear-shaped. Ari, I can see your image, and now I will describe you. He has a pear-shaped head, eyes wide to the temples and narrow to the nose. They are slightly angled. The skin is grayish-green without any hair, and instead of the nose there are 2 holes showing up above narrow lips. His lips don't look like ours. They are just extremely narrow. His head is wider than his shoulders. Ari, is it your astral or physical image? He says that this is the image of his physical body. Tell us about your planet. Where is it located? It is located in the constellation of Corona Borealis. It is about 400 or a little less than 400 light years from the Sun. Great. Tell us more about the planet. In comparison to Earth, the distance from Tashikk to the central star is larger. Therefore, the climate on the planet is colder. It is almost like on Mars. Since our body temperature is slightly lower than the temperature of an average human body, we can perfectly live in much colder climates. For the same reason, it is not always easy for us to stay long at some warm places on your planet. The concentration of oxygen on Tashikk is about 11 to 12%, and since this is the perfect condition for us as native inhabitants, we originally evolved on this planet from animals, and these animals looked like your seals, your sea animals. Tashikk is rich with oceans. The planet's major part is covered in water. That is why all the land available for living is highly built up and densely populated. Besides the planet's land, we have additional space bases where we can meet our interstellar guests and grow food. Unfortunately, the amount of forest and green plants is constantly reducing on the planet. Our scientists stated that we can live on a concentrated food diet. These are small pills that contain all the nutrition needed for the maintaining perfect health conditions. Only by taking the pills and a little water, we can live without natural food for many months. The production of such pills can also be located in space. That is why we do not depend on planet's territories in terms of industries. Could you tell how old your civilization is? Yes. Meet, please describe the length of the Earth's year, please. Our civilization is about 30 million years old in Earth's time. You have mentioned that your race has a natural evolution. Does it mean that there was no interference in your genetic code from within? Yes, that is right. We, as the Sheik civilization, descended from animal ancestors. But it doesn't refer to our colonies. Back in the day, our scientists were more involved in biology rather than in physics or space traveling. And in a short while, we started experimenting with our genetic structures. And first, we conducted bold experiments in crossbreeding our DNA with the living organisms of our own planet. And when we entered the interstellar union, we proposed such experiments on crossbreeding with other alien species. We do believe, and our civilization teaches so, that through genetic experiments, we may eliminate the shortcomings of one race and increase the biological advantages of all participant species. Is it true that you are doing experiments on human beings? I have to say that we are permitted to produce new hybrid races by the Interstellar Union. Basically, it is the same thing we do with many other races within the Interstellar Union. We have created hybrid races with such civilizations as Shimur, Asler, Salvat, as well as with one of the Bruhat colonies. We have held a successful experiment with Disaru civilization. Its representatives are your complete genetic relatives. Although the experiment has not been completed yet, it is already showing positive dynamics. Is it true that you conduct experiments on Earthlings against their will? Since our experiments concern ethical issues, breeding hybrids to embody spirits in them, we must follow specific instructions for contacts with Earthlings that were created by the Interstellar Union Commission. The Commission members represent 42 civilizations, including the planet Tashikk, which are in contact with human contactees. Selbit is also included, although this civilization has no official contactees on Earth, but it is still a member of the Commission as one of your creators. The Commission clearly prescribe the ways we can invite a human being for experiments. First, consent must be given to the crossbreeding treatment. We must explain the reasons for the procedure, its consequences, and even a demonstration of the hybrid that will be produced from that person's genetic material. Also, we can take genetic material from our adult contactee. Our scientists believe it is more efficient to take genetic material from the embryo before it is born. Because when a person has already been born and has lived for some time in your world, his or her genetic material is slightly changed. It means that he or she may already have genetic changes because a mutation in cells, including DNA, is already taking place, and the creature will no longer be a pure hybrid. And those who carry your embryos, do they do it consciously? Do you mean Earth women? Yes, Earth women. Do they give permission for crossbreeding? As a scientist, I must follow the rules of the Interstellar Union. Therefore, I have no right to touch a human being or do any procedures without his or her own permission. While on a contact, I must explain everything to a woman. She may ask, "What is it for?" And I have to answer this way. The Interstellar Union is interested in such experiments, and a person's DNA will then be in an alien creature that will live among stars. And it will be the person's offspring who will fly in space. And many people wonder if they can meet their space children later. But this may be possible only when this hybrid gives his or her permission for that. They also may live and work in a whole different sector of the galaxy, and we must always tell them about their biological parents.
Я отвечаю, что если уже они потом согласятся на это, они могут вообще работать в другой области космоса. Им, да, я поняла сейчас. Ари, да.
That is, we tell all the hybrids, if they have been born or carried by a human, or even if they only have some human genes. But experiments with women impregnation are rarely held.
В человеке или с использованием его генотипа, то мы об этом должны сказать. Но у нас только часть экспериментов проводится с участием именно выращивания в земных женщинах. Большая часть экспериментов проводится
In most cases, we only take some genetic material from the participant and grow the future hybrid in a special pot where health conditions are maintained. Is it true that after women give birth to hybrid children, you erase their memories?
Это делается довольно часто, но это обычная
It
практика
happens,
для контакта с
but
людьми
this is a
с
common practice for human contactees.
из-за того, что
As your planet has not entered the interstellar union yet,
наша планета еще не вошла в Межзвездный союз, и поэтому рассказы таких же
therefore,
контактеров,
the information about aliens and breeding experiments may bring more harm than good to the contactees and their surroundings.
обычно выполняется, опять же, с их согласия и по их просьбе, потому что, ну, если
But this is usually done with their consent and at their own request. If we see a person's mental health is stable and the information will not hurt this person,
человек, он, мы
we will never insist on erasing the memories.
мы видим по его психологии, что он в дальнейшем будет вести себя адекватно, то есть
And in the future, such a person will not change his or her mind about the contacts. He or she will never start thinking that the person was abducted by aliens or believe other people's lies about aliens. Otherwise, serious mental issues may occur. How many human grey hybrids do already exist?
Ну, лично я на базе вот сейчас в настоящее
I'm
время
currently working
работаю
at
на
one of
базе,
our
которая
space
находится
bases.
ну, это это где?
It is located at
В космосе. Которая находится в межзвездном пространстве, она находится на расстоянии
it is located at a
32
distance of
астрономические единицы
32 astronomical units from our star.
в пространстве. И там на этой базе
And on this base,
лично
I can observe 1,106 human grey hybrids.
1106 таких гибридов на сегодняшний день. И это
They are the ones with successfully developed genetic structure.
скомплектованный их генетический материал.
Do the hybrids have the ability to reproduce? Some of them don't.
Некоторые нет. Только
Only about 30% are fertile.
имеют такую функцию, и то
However,
как сказать,
some of them can give birth to only one child and then become sterile. The genetic material has not been completely combined to such an extent, so our reproductive compatibility is rather low. Do you have bases on Earth? Yes, we do.
на сегодняшний
For now, we have 83 bases on your planet.
значит,
The closest to you, but not the largest one, is located in the Trans-Eli Alatau region.
Ваилийского Алатау.
Alatau, there is a mountain range under Almaty. The Ilik River is also over there. Do you have bases on the North American continent? Yes, but I named the one closest to you. We also have a base in Northern California. The base in Almaty is closed down for now. But we were not the only ones who worked there. One of our colonies were there too.
Одной из наших колоний
Now the Almaty base is abandoned, and our main base is in Northern California, not far from the west coast.
на севере. Да, там недалеко от берега Тихого океана. Да.
Eri, what do you think about Earthlings? I'm good with humans. Your race has high potential in physical, mental, and spiritual development.
И духовного развития.
but it can still be improved by adding some genes that will help you think positively, that will bring you positive attitude to your life and to your existence. What races do you cooperate with when studying our planet? There are some joint projects with Selbit. We have joint projects with Slayer civilization. Midgascaus, one of its representatives, is here. Basically, we study human medicine and biology. We make research on human health and so on. We also have joint projects with planet Ticht from the sculptor constellation. Together we study your ecology and its influence on human body and nature. We study your chemical industry and its influence on humanity as well. Have you ever heard of Masons or Freemasons? I have heard something about them, but I haven't studied the topic in detail. I need to ask the historian. What do you think about what we call Satan? Satan is a religious symbol formed on your planet to create a relatable image of evil or enemy whom you need to defeat to become better. Such religious aspects were formed due to the contact with your biological creators. And this image symbolizes those who wanted to destroy humankind in the space war. Do you have religion on your planet? This cannot be called a religion in the generally accepted sense of your world. We do not worship deities. We do not build temples for them. We see God as it is. We see God as nature. This cannot be called a materialism. At the same time, we recognize nature as a divine creation. Nature is alive. Nature doesn't require worship, because God and the universe, as we understand it, doesn't require worship as well. Worship takes lots of energy, powers, and thoughts. But first of all, we must improve ourselves and the nature that surrounds us. Only in such a way can we get closer to God. Thank you. Did your race help the allies in the war 12,000 years ago? We didn't fight in this solar system, but we participated in this war with the goal to limit Selbetian aggression in Canis Venatici constellation. Do you think the time machine exists? Yes, it does exist, but only in terms of the spirit world. When you enter the spirit world, you are simultaneously in the present, past, and future. But on the other hand, the existence of the time machine makes no sense in the physical world, because while backward time traveling, you may potentially cause an event that can lead to some changes in the present, so the reality you came from will no longer exist. And that makes no sense, as only your reality contains the chain of events that eventually brought you back in time. In the physical world, it is complicated, and it generates time paradoxes that are impossible to happen. In the spirit world, however, we can only observe each part of the timeline, but still cannot change the reality. What, in your opinion, a human body is capable of? What abilities can an earthling have? You have many visible and hidden abilities. Much power lies in humankind compared to our race. Why so? Because humankind is originally a hybrid race. You were created for the further mental and physical growth, to enter the interstellar union on the rights of the leading allies. That means to become the allies of your biological creators who spread the life and explain its laws throughout the galaxy and beyond. Life outside the Milky Way galaxy is being explored. In this case, humankind inherited the genetic abilities of 3 alien races. But major genetic characteristic of an original earthly race, primates, are also left in you. The primate race is a special race for us too. Although they were unintelligent, they had peculiar genetic and mental, energetic characteristics. Still, we are surprised by the recent situation. I talked to Midgas Kaus and I know what people think of the video interview with the Salbatian. He's a friend of mine and we see each other regularly. And Midgas Kaus told me a little about what is happening in the comments to the video. Many people believe that the Ashik race, its colonies, Salbat reptilians, we are violently experimenting on the human race. But I'm very surprised by people's rejection of their selves. Why does the product of genetic experiments feel bad about genetic experiments? It would probably be more difficult for us to get used to it, because we evolved naturally. What would you like to say or wish all Earthlings? I would like to say the following. Dear Earthlings, the inhabitants of such a beautiful and astonishing world, I would like to address you with a reminder of the truth that one human once told me. He said that in this unimaginably huge universe, there is no need to fear the lack of energy or matter, but only a need to fear the lack of sense and intelligence. So I wish you all to be intelligent and conscious, and to have a good attitude towards contacts with representatives of the Interstellar Union. Remember that no one in the Interstellar Union wants to hurt you. Nevertheless, if you ever experienced violent actions from the representatives of our race, please report this incident to the Galactic Security Organization through the human contactees.
систему галактической безопасности.
We will investigate each case, and all the criminals will be strictly punished.
Расследование этого случая и все виновные понесут
Believe me, irresponsible beings do live in any world of the universe,
в любом мире могут родиться
and it always complicates the work of those who want to improve
преступники.
this world by making important
Работать нам
and even risky experiments.
создать разными способами хотят усовершенствовать этот мир и себя самих, идя на любые, даже самые рискованные.
Thank you very much. Let's say goodbye to our viewers. Our conversation is over for today. See you soon. Next time we will talk to other extraterrestrial representatives.
На этом наша встреча заканчивается. До новых бесед с представителями иных цивилизаций.